Hello and welcome. Finally, a video that I've promised that I would make for a long time, in which I kind of go into depth about the spreadsheet that I've kind of helped develop, that I use for recruitment in most of my videos. Straight off the bat, I'm going to come out and say I did not initially create this concept. It was created by someone called Sean C, who's on the Sports Interactive forums. If at any point there's any kind of media he wants me to plug, I will happily do so when I want him fully to get the credit for this. This is just something that I've come in, I've kind of helped develop alongside other people whose links are below. Also, they're always below in every video I do at the minute, to go follow them, like what they do. But effectively, it's just a spreadsheet that assesses the role suitability of any player using an algorithm developed in Excel. So, for example, I've loaded an old save for the video, just a save I did personally, pretty much when FM came out. Ruch Kroso in Poland. I don't know if you can see Poland map up there, but they're in Poland anyway. They started, I think, 3rd division, and I've basically gotten promoted back-to-back seasons, so I'm in the extra classer. Just simply because I didn't want to start a new save. I didn't want to be a huge team, because obviously a lot of the same names had come up, and I wanted to be a little bit in the future to kind of give some new players, see who develops. So yeah, this is what I've gone with, just for the interest of the video. This is the tactic I'm using. Again, not my own tactic, as you can see. Obviously, again, always credits go in the thing as well, because I don't often use my own tactics because I'm not the best tactic creator, hands down, I'll admit to that. Recruitment is where I really shine, which is obviously part of this video. But anyway, these are the roles. First things first, I have my own custom for every single player role in the game. I've got my own custom filters, which is a part of it. If there is enough interest, I can make these available as well. Obviously, there's the spreadsheet, but for now, this is just what I use. I've got every role in the game, so obviously these are the roles that are for the current formation I'm using, as you'll see. Well, no, it's not actually. I seem to have changed formation. But anyway, so we'll just use these roles as a hypothetical because they're already loaded in. So first things first, let's get rid of me because I'm going to be obstructing a lot of what we need to be looking for. So you should still hear me talking, but you shouldn't see me now. First of all, there's filters. So you need custom filters. So we'll start. First thing we will start with the squad. So I go to all players, I filter, I untick this and tick keepers, and then make sure to put on the goalkeeper squad view filter. Then all you do, Control P, web page OK, save it in lists. We'll save it as Ruch GK Squad just for now. Save that off. Open up your documents. Go to Sports Interactive, Football Manager 22, Lists, search for what you're looking for, double click it open, it'll open in your web browser, then Control A, Control C, open up your spreadsheet, make sure you're on Goalkeeper Squad, go to just under Name and paste. Sorry. Already made a mistake. Go to Name, which is E1, and paste Match Destination Formatting. Okay, don't need the SI thing, delete that immediately. As you can see, there's more players than I had these dragged down, so go to the bottom of here. Don't know why it's not highlighting it, that's going to be a bit of a problem. Highlight and then drag down. Unfortunately, I don't know why it didn't highlight it. As you can see, it's already colour coordinated it. So, for example, let's just double check what role we're looking for. So, player search. Put this on goalkeeper transfer view. Make sure we're looking for a goalkeeper support. So sweeper keeper support. So we'll organise this by sweeper keeper support. So largest. So these two are my best. It's 63 and 62, which is obviously not a great standard. They're all the attributes in game of the player, and obviously that's how it kind of determines how good they're going to be. This is the kind of algorithm for it. So what we'll do now, go to edit search. It starts as a default with the varying rules at 10 being the important ones, 5 being less important. Obviously, if you're a better team, such as, PSG or United or City or, any of the elite sides, you're going to want to bump this up quite a bit, because obviously you're going to get thousands of hits. I am Ruch Korzlaw, so I've only got 3 hits, so we're going to drop this down a little bit so I can get more players to look at. I'd say 29's okay, so then okay that off. Make sure you've got the keeper transfer view on if you're looking for a goalkeeper. Same system, Control P, web page, put it into lists. So interesting that the Ruch Korzlaw list is not there. It's got it at the bottom. We'll put it up by date. That makes things easier. So we'll change this one to Ruch GK transfer, and then we will look. So again, same process. Lists, Ruch GK transfer, Control A, Control C. As you'll see, though, this is something that I should have mentioned actually. You'll see already. I'll show you. So go to transfer goalkeeper, go to the top, and paste. Now, can you see all this? This is because player attribute masking is on. Now, we have long tried to establish a way of kind of getting around the attribute masking in terms of like averaging the numbers out, but currently it's been very hard to do, but it is something we are working on for the future. So this is what it would look like if you have attribute masking on. So what I'll do, just because that's, I've made sure people are aware of that, this primarily works better if either A, you've got full knowledge of the players, or B, attribute masking is off, which I know some people will see as a bit of a shortcut, because hypothetically you're not going to go know every single player's attributes in the entire world, are you? But again, this is just something that we have been looking to get around. That's what it looks like. So what I'll do is I will dive immediately onto my Villa save, because I know obviously I've been playing that. I've got a save currently. I won't spoil anything too much, because obviously I'll be further forward than you might be when you're watching it, but we'll go straight into exactly the same thing. We'll pop open sweeper keeper attack this time we're looking for. Make sure the transfer view's on for goalkeeper. It is. So again, we'll Control A. We'll Control P it. That's Control S. Control P. Web page, lists, and we'll just call it Villa, just for the sake of the save. But at least I've managed to show you what it'd be like with attribute masking on, and then I'll show what it looks like with attribute masking off. Again, hopefully down the line we've got a way of kind of getting past the attribute masking, because I completely understand that people don't want to play with attribute masking on. I get that totally. Oh, just to note, that's way too many hits, so I need to put that up. Again, like I said to you, if you're a bigger team, you will need to put this up. That's a fair amount of players. So we'll do it again. Make sure that we're overwriting that one, because 500 is too many for the thing to process. It wouldn't work properly. So again, same process. Control A, Control C. Post it in to transfer goalkeeper, and this time we'll undo it a few. Interesting. Why has it done that then? let's open this up from scratch. This is going well, isn't it? Right, opened up from scratch. Good, paste. As you can see, we now have the full list of attributes we need. Their ages are obviously sorted, transfer values there. So again, if you think straight away, if we're looking for a sweeper keeper support, we'll make this by largest. Straight away, Unai Simon, by far best hit, reasonable age, you know, fits it perfectly, but look at that transfer value. We're not going to be able to prize him away from Bilbao. Again, if you kind of think, oh, you know, I can't really be bothered going through like that, you can just put a filter on, drop the filter and just get rid of all the kind of amounts that are out of your spending. So we'll say we don't want to spend that. We don't want to spend 130 million, that's astronomical. Kind of happy with it. We'll say we don't want to spend 31 million. Kind of happy with all them. So that'll filter them out immediately. So you've got not for sale, which basically means there's no kind of, you'll have to approach the club. So, oh, there's another one, 61.9. It's just, so say we're interested in Fernando Pacheco. I mean, he's okay. Is he better than what we've got? Let's try and have a look. So we'll do the same process. Obviously this is my Villa save, many will be familiar with it. We'll do the same process we've just done. And everyone will be able to see my lack thereof goalkeepers. I haven't got any in this save. Web page, lists, Villa GK squad. We'll do that. Same process. Go to documents, go to Sports Interactive, FM, lists, Villa GK squad, AC, GK out squad, paste. We'll just drop this down by 1. Oops, drop this down by 1. Get rid of that, don't need it. And as you can see, best support keeper we've got is Onana by far, best keeper at the club. Then it kind of drops off a bit. We've got Andre Gomez, who's a region, I believe, in this save, and Van der Voort. So obviously, if we're looking at this, we can think, oh, Pacheco would improve on that. It'd be a more solid, because he's 79.67, so it'd be a more solid option. So just copy the pet game name, is the easiest way. Go into FM, Control V it, and search. And that's basically how you'd find the player, and then you do what you like. So I quite like asking the agent. The agent says basically what my spreadsheet says. So if we had the money available, technically I do, but hypothetically we'd put a bid in. You all know how that part of the game works. And you'd obviously go for the player, and he'd improve your squad as a second option because he's better than the other two options at the club. So that's how that works for a goalkeeper. Slightly different for an outfielder. So again, we'll go to players. We'll go to filter. Sorry, no, we won't go to all players. We'll go to filtered. This time, everyone but the goalkeeper. So tick, untick the keeper. Make sure you've got the squad view on. Control V. I keep saying it. Control P. Apologies. Lists. And then we just want Villa squad. Do that. Open up Villa squad. Control A it. Outfield squad. Name. Paste. Oh, it's not. We've not controlled and C'd it correctly. Control A, Control C. Paste. And then again, it's got all for the squad. So hypothetically, let's look at ball playing defenders. Who I know the role in this save. Obviously, they're my best options. So it's not, you're not really going to get a lot of improvement out of it, but let's hypothetically look. So scouting, players, and then we're looking for centre back, ball playing, defending. Okay, make sure the outfield view's on. Obviously 4,000 hits is far too many. You want to be no more than 100 for a goalkeeper, no more than 200 for an outfielder, is the general rule. You can have as many as you want up to that point, but after that it just doesn't work properly. So 94 hits here for a centre back. Same process, Control P, web page, lists, Villa, CB, save, pop it open here, Control A, Control C, and paste in transfer outfield. Match destination formatting, and again. Now this time, obviously something I mentioned here is you don't always clear everything below the list because it's just not needed. So clear that and make sure you clear this, and obviously then just double check to sort properly. And then again I'll tell you the same thing. Obviously this time we've not gone down further enough with this, so we need to go all the way across to here like that, and then drag all the way down to the bottom of the list of players, or it won't calculate them all correctly. That's an important step. So like that. Then we're looking for ball playing defenders, aren't we? So BPD def, sort by largest, and then Harry Maguire and Sebastian Coates are coming up as the top 2 hits. Joao Palhinha, second at 29. Jean-Claire Todibo is third. Again, say I'm interested in him hypothetically. It'd be an improvement on what I've got in some departments. Quickest way is copy the name, go into the game, Control V, and you'll find the player immediately. And then obviously we know that the scouts obviously looked at him previously, so they think similar, but we know that his roles, so his best, they're the roles that are obviously good, and we know that it'll be very suitable to play in centre back, ball playing defender. Now obviously he's already a centre back, which makes it easier, but sometimes you get things like this where, again, centre back, a lot of these are all centre backs that can play midfield, some of them as well. Yep, they're all centre backs anyway. I will show you a couple more because sometimes you get crazy things. So for example, we've found a centre back, that's fine. Let's say now we are after a pressing forward. Okay? Outfield transfer views on. 7,000 is far too much. Bump this up. Bump it up again. Okay, so we've got 110 players, so that's a very reasonable short list of players. Web page, lists, and then Villa pressing forward, let's say. So we'll do that. And then open Villa pressing forward. And then transfer outfield, paste over it. Make sure again that the list goes down to the bottom, which it's not doing currently. Just all the way across, drag it down so the formula matches everything that's got an output. Easy peasy. And then looking for pressing forward. Was it support or was it attack? In this formation we play, I should have known that, pressing forward attack. So go to that, sort by largest, and John Cordoba is our best option, but again, it's not for sale. Bit too old for me as well, so again, something I do. Again, you do not have to play this way, this is completely how you play. I don't really like signing older than 28-year-olds, I think 28 is kind of my cap. We'll get rid of anyone older, it makes things easier immediately. And we're looking at Leonardo Borrello, but look, Leonardo Borrello is not a striker. So if we go to him, go in game, search for him. He's wow, look at that hair. He's a defensive midfielder that furthest can play forward as an attacking midfielder. But apparently, the attributes he has would make him suitable for a pressing forward. So what you can do, obviously I can't because I don't own this player. Let's try, for example, with one of our own. So if we go to outfield squad and we're looking at pressing forwards, just in our own squad. Again, this is useful as well sometimes if you've not got a lot of money. As you can see, Morton Thorsby has got reasonable attributes to play pressing forward. So currently what you can do is, if we go to Morton Thorsby, let's find him, there he is. Go to development. Obviously I have been training him as a centre back whenever the game allows me to. But what I can do is I can train him as a pressing forward, knowing that he has the suitability in the role for it. I mean, he's finishing his first touch could do with work, but he's got some reasonably high statistics in the mentals, and he's physical. He's not the fastest, but he's very strong and very high stamina. So again, like I say, according to the spreadsheet, he has the attributes to fit the role. So why would you not try retraining him there? That's just another example of what you can do with it. Again, so we've got to outfield, because obviously things like left backs are coming up that are suitable. Again, if you're not interested in doing this, then just get rid of every single role that isn't, you know, a striking role on the list, and it'll purely provide you with strikers that are already, you know, kind of fit for that mould, rather than players you would have to retrain. So if we get rid of everyone that isn't STC, obviously striker, and then do it again, then you've just got a list of players that currently can already play there. So Gory, Charles de Catale and Mikel Osimhen are obviously your best options there. But again, that's just ways you can play around with the filtering. Obviously if you drop the filter, that's your full list again. And obviously this is all done by a formula which is pre-put in for you. All you need to do is, as I've shown you, just copy and paste some stuff, and it will immediately give you player suitability for every role in the game. This one is purely just an average of all of them combined, so you can kind of see who the best overall player is, so to speak. So obviously Orazabal is quite high up there on this particular list with ability to play many different roles. If we go all the way to the bottom of the list, it seems to have disappeared on this one, but there was one that did it by position. So defense, blah blah blah, attack. These are stuff that I can add back in the future anyway. But yeah, that's how these four work. Obviously goalkeeper squad, your outfield squad, transfer goalkeeper, transfer outfield, the best 11 one. This works really as a way of tracking your best teams. So what you'd do is you'd fill in the name, fill in an age. Oh, that's a bit stupid, obviously. You don't have a 67-year-old footballer. Say the overall is, obviously get the overall from the thingy, but if we go with that, just, you know, mess around a little bit, just put in something, anything. To be fair, you don't even need to name it. I'm picking the wrong one, but keep going for silly numbers. Done it again. 44-year-old footballer. You heard it here first. Has happened before. Not the craziest. But obviously, as you can tell, it's already populating your average age of the squad. So we don't want that. So you got that. Your average age is 24. This is wildly. Obviously, you wouldn't usually have a squad that's so inconsistent. But this is purely just to tell you your rough point averages. So let's fill this in. But yeah, we've got a very good attacker, haven't we? Oh, I've done it again. So, my average squad ability is 79. And obviously, if you just continued filling that in further down and filling this in, it'll give you season by season the kind of progress on how your average age and average overall's gone. It's obviously great for kind of tracking how well your squad's improve season by season. Speaking of which, season by season progress tab. Fill in the season, the club you're at, the nation they're in, the league and cups they're in, if they're in Europe, your club rank, your nation coefficient, your national rank, how your training facilities youth, blah blah blah, all that. Season tickets you sell, your average attendance and your finances, and then obviously as each season fill it in and you can track how your club's doing financially, in terms of attendances, in terms of developing facilities, and in terms of obviously on the pitch. Again, another one, transfer tracker. So you fill all this in. Say we paid $1 million for an Englishman. That's 1,000, 10,000, 1 million. Say he's on 56 grand a week. So this should have been a formula. I think it's been deleted, which is this times, what's it times? Could find it then. 52. So that's your wages per annum, and total cost would be your fee paid plus wages per annum times whatever is in here. Obviously it says at the club for 4 years. That's how much that transfers cost over that time. Signed from which club? Again, that I just did that very quick, but I can tell you all the formulas. Signed from club, signed from nation, signed from continent, and it just tracks your transfers. Really I could do with adding things like fee sold for and stuff like that, but it's all stuff that I can do down the line. And that just tracks your transfers, kind of keeps all your finances, which obviously ticks back into the season progress. But these are just little additions, just ways of keeping, for those that enjoy keeping such meticulous tracking, that's there too. This is just simply the same process as squad, but for national teams. So you can see, obviously, who's best suited out of players domestically to play for the national team. I haven't quite done a national save with it yet, but I'm sure it will work the same. But yeah, that is pretty much the fundamental thing to pay attention to is these first four. The first four are the role suitabilities. They're what the main kind of thing that the spreadsheet's used for. So as you can tell, it kind of gives you an idea of how well a player theoretically should play a current role in the game. So it's good for kind of assessing sign. I use it to make all my signings pretty much on my saves, as you can tell. The satellite clubs, if you've been watching them, I've done very successful following the spreadsheet and using a predetermined tactic formation. I've had great success with it. I've used it on Villa to build year on year. I get playing in England, you get quite a lot of money, so it's not like I've scraped around. But if you're interested in kind of seeing how it works on a budget, definitely watch the Nancy satellite clubs video that's out, because that gives you an idea of when you've not kind of got the glamour and money to spend, what you can do on a budget. Because it works, tailors to all budgets. Obviously, it's giving you, because I've used Villa as an example, I wanted to use a club that was, that's why I started with Rutsch, but I obviously had forgotten about the attribute masking thing, which makes it trickier. But if you're a smaller club, it's all relative. It'll give you the best players that you could feasibly sign. Obviously, the ratings won't be in the top 80s, but you'll still get players that'll be an improvement, and you'll continually improve and work towards being able to sign these players in the 80s year on year. Which again, Barnsley and Nancy Satellite Club episodes are great examples I urge you to watch. But yeah, that is basically how I use this in a nutshell. That's how it works. A lot of people have been asking about it and asking for it, so I will make a copy of it available. Because at the end of the day, I will stress, this is not something that I have initially created. I have merely adapted and improved it, because I've added on all the rules, I've tweaked and improved certain areas of it. That is all. Like, I'm not claiming to have developed this from scratch. and I'm not, saying that I think everyone should have access to it, because in the spirit that it was passed on to me, it should also be passed on to others, I believe. But yeah, that's just basically the video. Thanks for watching, whether you're a regular viewer or you're completely new and was just interested in the spreadsheet. Appreciate it. Hopefully you'll find success like I have. I'd love to see people sharing their successes and signings with me. If there's anything I've left out, please do tell me and I'll go back over it. I think I've covered the absolute fundamental basics, which is what I kind of wanted to do with this video. But yeah, thanks for joining me, and hopefully I'll see you next time.